Doctors won't tell seniors this garlic mistakes. There is something sitting in almost every senior's kitchen right now. Something that has been used for over 5,000 years as medicine, as protection, as life. And yet, despite all of that history, millions of older Americans are using it in a way that completely destroys its healing power. Not because they're careless, not because they don't care about their health, but because nobody ever told them the truth. What you're about to find out has been quietly known by researchers, by longevity scientists, and by ancient healers for decades. And it changes everything you thought you knew about garlic. If this is your first time here, welcome to Ancient Health Revival, the channel where we bring back the wisdom that modern medicine forgot. If you've been with us for a while, you already know the kind of information we share here isn't found in a doctor's waiting room. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what we're covering today is one of the most important videos we've ever made. And if garlic has ever been a part of your life, you'll want to like this video so you can come back to it. Let's start with something almost no one talks about. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, and allicin is not actually present in a raw garlic clove. That might surprise you. When you crack open a bulb of garlic, allicin doesn't exist yet. It only forms when the cells of the garlic are crushed or chopped, triggering a chemical reaction between two separate compounds inside, one called alliin and an enzyme called alliinase. When those two meet, allicin is born, and allicin is where almost every healing benefit of garlic lives: the anti-inflammatory power, the cardiovascular protection, the immune activation, the antimicrobial strength. It all comes from allicin. But here's where it gets interesting. Allicin is incredibly fragile. It is sensitive to heat. It is sensitive to time. And most people completely miss this. When you drop freshly chopped garlic straight into a hot pan, something happens inside those tiny cells that you cannot see, but your body will absolutely feel. The heat immediately deactivates allicin, the very enzyme that creates allicin in the first place. Within seconds, the chemical reaction stops. The allicin that hasn't formed yet never will, and the allicin that did form begins to rapidly break down. What you end up cooking is garlic that tastes incredible, smells amazing, and delivers almost none of the biological power that ancient healers and modern scientists have spent centuries studying. And this is where modern health advice got it wrong. We were told that garlic is healthy. We added it to our meals. We felt good about it. But we never questioned the method. We never asked whether cooking it immediately was destroying the very reason we were using it in the first place. Ancient cultures already understood something modern science just rediscovered. In Ayurvedic medicine, in traditional Chinese healing, in the kitchens of Mediterranean centenarians, garlic was rarely thrown raw into intense heat. It was prepared with intention. It was given time. What scientists discovered next shocked them. Researchers at Penn State University found that when you crush or chop garlic and then wait just 10 to 15 minutes before applying any heat, the allicin has time to fully form. The chemical reaction completes, and while heat will still break down some of it, significantly more of the active compounds survive the cooking process. 10 minutes. That's the difference between garlic that heals and garlic that just flavors your food. 10 minutes that nobody told your parents, your grandparents, or most likely you. Think about what this means for seniors specifically. For someone managing blood pressure. For someone trying to protect their cardiovascular system. For someone whose immune response has slowed with age and who reaches for garlic as a natural shield. Every single time they cooked it without this knowledge, they may have been getting a fraction of the benefit. Not because they did anything wrong, but because this simple biological fact was never passed down, never taught, never shared. Most people never realize this until later in life. And some people never realize it at all. Tell me in the comments, did you know about the 10-minute rule before watching this? I want to know how many people are learning this for the first time today. But the garlic mistake goes even deeper, because it isn't just about heat. There's another way seniors unknowingly destroy garlic's power that almost no one talks about. It involves stomach acid. When you swallow a garlic supplement, a capsule, a tablet, a soft gel, your stomach acid begins breaking it down before the pockets of the world where people routinely live past 90 and 100 in excellent health found something fascinating. In Icaria, Greece. In Sardinia, Italy. In the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica. Garlic was present, but it wasn't in pill form. It wasn't thrown raw into a blazing pansim can even form, or reach the part of your digestive system where it would do the most good. Most cheap garlic supplements don't survive the stomach environment intact. The allicin yield is nearly zero. Studies have confirmed this repeatedly, and yet the garlic supplement industry continues to grow, selling products that may be delivering almost no therapeutic benefit to the people who need it most. The real surprise came later in the research. Scientists studying blue zones, those rare. It was used carefully. It was crushed and rested. It was added late in cooking. It was eaten with olive oil that helped carry its fat-soluble compounds into the bloodstream. These weren't coincidences. These were patterns. And the people following these patterns had cardiovascular systems that defied their age, inflammation levels that researchers described as surprisingly low, and immune profiles that looked decades younger than their birth certificates. Ancient cultures understood something that we, with all our technology and convenience, forgot. That food is medicine. That preparation is part of the prescription. That how you treat an ingredient before it enters your body determines what that ingredient actually does once it's inside you. For seniors especially, this matters in ways that go beyond a single meal. Chronic inflammation is one of the leading drivers of nearly every age-related disease. Cardiovascular disease, cognitive decline, joint deterioration, immune system fragility. Allicin and the sulfur compounds in properly prepared garlic have been shown in multiple clinical studies to act directly on inflammatory pathways inside the body. They don't just mask symptoms, they work at the cellular level. They signal your body to lower its inflammatory response. They support the lining of your blood vessels. They help maintain healthy cholesterol ratios. They activate immune cells that become slower and less responsive with age. And all of this is available to every single person, from a food that costs less than $1 and has been growing in the ground for thousands of years. So here is what the research, the ancient traditions, and the blue zone data all point to. Crush your garlic. Wait 10 minutes before it touches heat. Add it later in the cooking process when possible. If you eat it raw, let it rest after chopping and pair it with a healthy fat. If you take a supplement, look specifically for enteric-coated products that are designed to survive stomach acid and have verified allicin yield on the label. And if you can, eat garlic consistently, not just occasionally. Because the benefits build over time. The body rewards patience. There is something quietly profound about the fact that one of the most powerful healing foods on earth has been sitting in our kitchens all along. Not locked in a laboratory, not available only to the wealthy, not dependent on a prescription. Just garlic. Waiting, in the way it has always waited, for someone to treat it with the respect it deserves. Maybe the most sophisticated health technology isn't new at all. Maybe it was always ancient, always simple, always right there. We just needed to remember how to use it. 1. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone you care about. A parent, a grandparent, a friend who takes their health seriously. Subscribe to Ancient Health Revival so you never miss what we uncover next. Because we're just getting started. And the next video might change everything you thought you knew about something else sitting quietly in your kitchen right now.